guys, it's Jenna from Activate at Home again. I'm here to put you guys through a nice quick 15-minute workout, all body weight. If you had watched my workout upload from last week, it's going to be the same exact workout, just with some modifications that you can do for the same exact body parts, and that will hit the same exact exercises, just without any weights if you don't have any, as I had promised from last week. So we're going to get right into it. We are going to start off today with a 3-part push-up. This is going to be for 1 minute. So I'll demonstrate first. You're going to come in a plank position on your hands and on your toes. You're going to slowly lower yourself down, ideally trying to get your chest to touch down first and then fully come down and collapse. From there, you're going to push back toward your heels, come up on your knees, and then come up on your toes back to that plank position. If that is too challenging, you can also do an elevated push-up if you have an elevated surface. That is, and I can't stress this enough, pushed up against the wall or any sort of thing that's stable. Make sure when you come down that middle part of your chest, that sternum area, comes down and touches the edge of your surface, okay? So this is going to be for 1 minute. I'm going to start with that 3-part push-up for you guys. And we'll get started in 3, 2, 1. So you really want to make sure you're coming down as slow and controlled as you can. Imagine you're trying to push the ground away from you as you come up, and that the hips and butt come up first. You don't want to come down and have your hips come first. Make sure those hips stay nice and level. I'd almost rather your hips stay up and your chest touch down first. And when you also come up, make sure you don't come up like this. Really make sure we're going back toward our heels. Awesome job, guys. Hang in there. About 20 more seconds. Really keep everything nice and tight. Squeeze everything. And don't forget to breathe. Awesome job, guys. Almost there. And time, guys. Next, we're going to do a tricep dip. So I would say if you have a surface that's about hip height or a little lower than hip height, you don't want something too high. Again, make sure it's stable. I'm going to use my little mini fridge right here. You're going to set up and have your hands behind you. Main really big takeaway is really make sure you're keeping those shoulders retracted and back. As you notice, mine are back right now. I don't want them to come forward like so, especially as you're going down. You can't totally see, but my legs are bent. They can also be straight out, all right? All we're going to do is come down and dip. Really make sure we're squeezing and keeping those shoulders back nice and tight. Make sure you're not too far out, but dipping and coming back up. We're going to do this for 1 minute. We'll get started in 3, 2, 1. So this circuit can be a lot on the wrist. So I also have an alternative. I'll show you guys the next round. If you even just have some light cans that you guys have, and we can do something else so you're off the wrist for the 2 circuits. Good. Try and go at least perpendicular to the ground. Awesome job, guys. Hang in there. Get those elbows perpendicular and then really lock out at the top. Awesome job, guys. Hang in there. Almost there. And time. You guys have 1 minute to rest. We're going to do those 2 things again. However, like I said, what I'm going to do is for the next round, since these 2 particularly are a lot on the wrist, and if you want to do multiple rounds, I'll show you an alternative for the tricep dip instead. So if you have any sort of light can or bottle, I would suggest, and you want to try the other tricep exercise out, you guys can go ahead and grab that. I'm just going to grab some water. Because I have about 25 more seconds to rest. And we're going to start back up with that 3-part push-up or that elevated push-up. I hope you guys enjoy these. I'm going to try and do each week a different workout, one with weights, one without. So that way if you have weights or you don't have weights, you can still follow along. All right, you guys can go ahead and get set up. We're going to start back up with that 3-part push-up for 1 minute. We'll get started in 3, 2, 1. Remember, come on down a lot slower than I just did. Elbows don't have to stay in as close as mine are. It's okay if they come out a little bit. Just try not to have them completely out wide and perpendicular to your body. Remember, really try and act as if you're diving down into the floor, and rather your butt be up in the air for this one. Good, guys. Hang in there. Try and come down as slow as you possibly can. Really control that descent as much as possible. I'm just scooting up. I'm moving back on my mat. Awesome job, guys. 10 more seconds. Almost there. And time, guys. Shake that out. Now remember, if the tricep dips were okay and you don't have cans, you're still more than welcome to follow along and do your tricep dip. I'm going to show you a tricep kickback so you can alleviate some of the wrist action that we have going on. So we're going to get in a bent over position, like think deadlift. Elbows are going to be nice and tight toward our body. You're just going to come back, extend, and then come back. So if you notice, I know it's kind of hard to tell because I'm wearing a black shirt, but the point of my elbow is not moving at all from up here to my shoulder. All right, so this is going to be for 1 minute. We'll get started in 3, 2, 1. And again, you can use anything. Little weight for this especially goes a long way. I'm just going to move my camera angle so you can see my face. I'm not completely cut off. Give me a nice pause. Try not to use momentum here. Give me a nice pause at the bottom, or at the top, excuse me. Keep that core tight too. A lot of the times, as we're focusing on one big muscle group, we forget to really brace our core, and then we'll start to feel it too much in our lower back. Keep those elbows nice and tight. Awesome job, guys. Again, little weight goes a long way here. Hang in there. 15 more seconds. Nice job, guys. And time. 1 minute to rest. We're going to move on to our next circuit. Let's see. In which, again, if you have, it's okay if you don't. Body weight's fine. You should still feel this because of the angle, and I'll demonstrate everything when we get there. Excuse me, but the cans or some bottle or anything might be helpful. I'm just going to turn on my fan. So we're going to do 2 different exercises for a minute each for 2 rounds. First one is going to be a contralateral press. This can be body weight. I'm just going to use the cans to demonstrate. You're going to stand nice and tall. Start with them right kind of at your shoulders. You're going to press up at about a 45-degree angle and actively switch as you're doing these. If you really want, especially since we're going body weight and or light, very light house weight, you can pick up the speed. This will definitely get challenging toward the end, I promise you. So we're going to start off with that, our contralateral press for 45 seconds. We'll get started in 3, 2, 1. So remember, really actively switch. Make sure feet, which I know you can't really see me, I'll come and turn here, but feet are right underneath the hips. I know this doesn't seem like a lot, but you still want to have some stability. Really make sure that you're squeezing your glutes and keeping that core tight. I know, again, that we want to protect that lower back. Even though this doesn't seem like a lot of weight, a minute of doing this gets really tiring. Awesome job, guys. Hang in there. Just keep moving. And again, you don't need cans to do this. You can do this without any cans. I've had some people use ankle weights even if that's all you have, and you can strap them right on your wrist. But trust me, you'll feel this plenty by the end. Shoulders should be burning. Just keep moving. Almost there. And time. Shake that out. Next, we're going to do a bicep extension curl. So again, body weight is fine, just so you guys can understand and see a little bit better. I'm going to use my cans. Arms are going to be out perpendicular to my body. I'm going to keep my shoulders and arms perpendicular and not move. All I'm going to do is curl into my shoulders. Try not to just curl your wrist though, just curl and come back out at that angle. All right, we're going to do this for 1 minute. We'll get started in 3, 2, 1. Huge takeaway here, trying to go too fast. You don't want those elbows to dip or drop either, right? We really want to maintain that nice straight line the whole time. I'm going to show you guys from this angle. Little weight here again goes a long way. Holding your arms out in this position for a whole minute, especially after doing that press, gets very, very tiring. So pace can be nice and slow and controlled here. I'm already feeling this in my biceps, and this is little seltzer cans. Awesome job, guys. Really squeeze those glutes, flex those quads, keep that core engaged. Good job, guys. Hang in there. I'm going to turn back to you guys. You notice the arm, my elbows don't drop, they stay the same exact height the whole time. I'm just bending and flexing, or bending and extending at my elbow. And time, guys. Awesome job. 1 minute to rest. We're going to do those two things one more time. Remember, if you do have more time, more than 15 minutes, please feel free to do more than just 2 rounds. And obviously if you need to stretch afterwards as well. But just to get in a couple of things, we're only going to do 1 more round of this today. You guys have about 25 more seconds and we'll get started back up. Again, if you do not have cans or anything, no big deal. Just using your body and your hands, totally fine. Oops. All right, we're going to get set back up for that contralateral press again. We will get started here in 3, 2, 1. So remember, pace and speed is totally up to you. I'm going to show you guys kind of a little bit better of an angle over here. That way you can see I'm standing up tall. If you guys have a low ceiling, you are more than welcome to just sit and do this same, well, I guess you don't really do it with the bicep one, but you can sit and do this seated overhead press. All I need you guys to do is keep moving, just make that minute last. And we're trying to go at an angle. Awesome job, guys. Keep that core nice and tight. Really squeeze those glutes. Hang in there. Make sure those shoulders stay square. We don't want to move our shoulders up and down or any way. Kind of looks it this way, but I promise you I'm not. And time, guys. Shake that out. We're going to do our bicep extension curls one more time. All right, we'll get started in 3, 2, 1. So palms face up. Arms are up nice and high. Only bend at the elbow and then extend. And my elbows don't drop. Especially after doing that contralateral press, this one you can go slow and controlled. You do not need to rush this one. Still keep that core nice and tight. Really squeeze those glutes. Remember, try not to curl your wrists, especially when you're coming in like this. Just keep them nice and neutral. Awesome job, guys. Hang in there. You got this. Almost there. Come to the front. Hang in there, guys. And time. Shake that out. We have 1 minute to rest, and we are going to finish up with 1 round today of our finisher. Again, please feel free to do more than just 1 round. This is our metabolic finisher. We're going to do 2 exercises for 30 seconds each. So, first one is just going to be a bodyweight squat. These can go quick, so you can get a little more metabolic out of them, which I believe we also did last week, because I want to actually be able to talk and breathe to you guys. And then after that, I'm going to have you guys do bilateral hip bridges for 1 minute, since I think last week we did single leg. Oops, you guys can't see me. So both feet on the ground. Drive through the heels, bridge those hips up. Nice strong glute squeeze and come back down. All right, if you feel comfortable and want to jump for your jump squats, you can. We're going to do jump squats for 30 seconds. And then hip bridges for 1 minute to finish up for today. So we're going to start with our squats here. In 3, 2, 1. So remember, make sure our core is nice and tight, nice strong glute squeeze at the top. Make sure we try and keep that upper body as straight as possible. We're not hinging at our hips. Sit back on those heels, drive through that midfoot. Hang in there, guys. 10 more seconds. Almost there. And time, guys. We're going to finish up with hip bridges for 1 minute. I'm going to go at this angle for you guys. All right, we'll get started in 3, 2, 1. So you can make these a little quicker. Do make sure you squeeze those glutes at the top for me, though. Really keep that core nice and tight. I think you're trying to drive that belly button down into your spine. And don't forget to breathe like always. Get your hips up as nice as you can. As high as you can, excuse me. Good job, guys. You got this. Last minute of your workout. We're halfway there. If you prefer single leg hip bridges, you can always do that. We'll just go for 30 seconds on one leg, 30 seconds on the other. Hang in there, guys. We're going to drive through those heels. You got this. Give me 10 more seconds. Don't stop now. And time, guys. Awesome job. That was our 15-minute, a little bit over, but 15-minute body weight workout. I hope you guys enjoyed. Tune in next Wednesday. Around this time, I'll post a different workout with some weights. And like I said, and then the following week, it'll be body weight. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching.